For our audience, we're going to continue with the second conversation today, and this one is with Harish Iyer. And this is because I had done a conversation, and we carried this in our news, that Axis Bank is now giving bank accounts, joint bank accounts, to same-sex couples. We celebrated it as a really big deal and as a move forward and a step forward. We now understand on Twitter that Axis Bank wasn't able to fully keep that promise, because there's one couple, a same-sex couple, two women, who went to the bank in an attempt to open that bank account. And they have written their experience on Twitter, saying that the employees didn't know about this particular facility, that they were embarrassed. They were asked to prove that they were in fact same-sex partners, and they were told finally that it will not happen. And they were extremely disheartened by that. So as a follow-up to the fact that we brought you this news, we've got Harish Iyer right now joining us. Harish Iyer is with Axis Bank, and he was at the helm of this entire new system. He also, let me make it clear, he also is right now helping Axis Bank become more inclusive and launch more products like this. Harish, my first question to you is this. Many people on Twitter, including members of the LGBTQIA community, have said that Axis Bank only used this to promote itself and had no real intention of actually seeing it through. What is your response to that?
Thank you, Faye, for having this conversation first. And it's important to know that we were intentional about this. And it's also important to let people know that just by announcing, we announced it on the 6th of September, on the 3rd anniversary. I think that this is a long overdue. One thing that I'm upset with Axis Bank itself is the fact that they shouldn't have waited till 6th of September, the 3rd anniversary of 6th of September. This should have happened even before, because there was nothing stopping us even before the decriminalization. This should have happened many years before, right? So this was a delayed thing. We have changed a lot of policies within the organization for our employees, right from Mediclaim benefits to various other things within the organization. Externally, the customers could do three things. They could they could open joint bank accounts, and as couples, they could walk in and open joint bank accounts. They could add each other as nominees, and they could use MX as a title. Now, having said that, now for this, if this has to be the external thing that we are offering our customers, there is a lot of work that happens internally. Internally, the things that we were doing is we were issuing circulars to people regularly, getting our MD to speak about it. We have training sessions called Pause for Bias, where we generally speak about sex, sexuality, and gender, because people aren't even aware of the basics of what is sex and what is gender. So we have these conversations, intentional conversations within the bank. But to answer what the couple went through, it is unfortunate. It shouldn't have happened. You could be intentional about everything. You could train everybody. We could let everyone know. But still, what happened is wrong. She has opened an account though yesterday.
So tell me something.
Tell me.
From the day that you launched it, which was the 6th of September until today, how many joint bank accounts have been opened by the members of the LGBTQI community? Do you have that number?
We don't have an exact number per se, because joint bank accounts are not just opened by the LGBTQ community, but it's also family members and other people, even couples who are who are not married to each other. Heterosexual couples who are not married to each other have open joint accounts. So we don't have an exact.
You don't know how many people have used this particular facility so
I don't know. I don't have an exact number, but yeah, we have quite a number of people.
Has there been, a sort of sensitization workshop conducted for bank managers to tell them, hey, we've launched this product, people are going to walk into your bank asking for it? Because they don't seem to have been the case. Right from
the bank managers till the last mile, we have covered all of them. But having said that, and that's what is sad, and that's what is upsetting, because having said that, having done all of this, this shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have happened. And can I cross my heart and say that tomorrow, if there was somebody else who walks into an Axis Bank branch and the person might not be treated well, will be treated well or will not be treated well. I can't cross my heart and say. What I can definitely say, and I can definitely say that we have been intentional. We will do training programs regularly. We are doing it regularly.
No,
But change,
Harish, there are
sorry,
actually two things that
yeah.
that need to be addressed here. One, are all Axis Bank front-facing employees aware of this facility that has been launched by the bank? Secondly, are Axis Bank front-facing employees trained as to how to deal with members of the LGBTQI community without embarrassing them, without treating them badly, without singling them out in the middle of the bank? Tomorrow, if a trans couple walks in, will they be embarrassed by the employees of your bank?
We have trained them. We have given them all the training that's required, all through, not just the bank managers, but also new employees. Like for instance, even if there's somebody who joins in at the lowest rank in the bank as somebody who's a sales manager, even that person has been offered training and sensitization. But having said all of that, Faye, one thing, it's not an excuse. You can't punctuate a sorry and then say sorry, but, okay. So it cannot be an excuse. What happened with the couple is wrong. We have, and she's a part of my community. Forget Axis Bank or any other organization. She's a part of my community. So I feel even more sad that something like this has happened. But having said that, change is a long process. Changing mindsets, changing mindsets. It's like saying that we have posh committees in different offices. So now from tomorrow, every woman is going to be safe in every company. We have trained everyone on posh, so everyone is going to be safe.
Let me ask you a question, Harish. If you were sitting at the other end of the table, and at this point, actually speaking up for members of the LGBTQI community, would this answer be satisfactory to you? The answer that you're currently giving me, would that be satisfactory to you?
Frankly speaking, Faye, if I was there in the other end of the spectrum, I would have done what Anisha had done, what the couple had done. Okay. I would have spoken about it. I would have raised a thing. I would have reached out to the bank authorities. So I'm not surprised or not upset about what she has done. But definitely speaking, if there was somebody whom I know was intentional about it, if I knew about the fact that they have policies and processes in place, and I know that change is a long process, and I would have worked with them to do this, and that's precisely what I'm doing. I've spoken.
Tell me this. Forensically now, you've said on one hand that you have trained everybody in the bank, but you've still had this incident happen. Can we point out this incident happened in Mumbai, if I'm not mistaken?
This happened in Bombay, so we can't say what happens in smaller cities. Yeah.
Exactly. So have you forensically found out why this still happened despite all of the training that you conducted?
We did.
What was the problem? Yes, go ahead.
We did. Yeah, we did. One of the employees who had joined in was new. There were other employees who were old, who were not trained by anyone else. They were trained by me personally. I had gone and spoken to them, and they were trained by me. And at that moment when this happened, I went and I spoke to them also yesterday, just to say that, okay, you didn't have a second-hand training. It didn't happen over Skype or over internet. Those employees were trained by me in person. I had gone personally and told them, and I had gone wearing a salwar kameez on that day and told them, you'll be people who look like me who would come, and this is how they would look. And I've been explicit. Has this happened? And, after this, even after that, has something wrong happened? Of course it has happened.
I don't understand. I'm still struggling to understand why.
Why? Because see, we all have, it could be because of personal biases people have. It would be about not having to deal with a real situation. When the real situation comes, when a real person comes and sits in front of you, not knowing how to react to something like that, there could be multiple reasons, but it cannot be an excuse. It cannot be an excuse by Access. It cannot be an excuse by any organization.
Okay. So here's the question now. As a member of the LGBTQI community, now representing Axis Bank on this conversation, What commitment can you give the members of your community right now? How would they have the strength to walk into your branch tomorrow, knowing that they won't be treated like this or worse by someone with a personal bias, which you have not been able to remedy?
Very important, and that's precisely what we were working on, and we have been working on since long. We were in fact going to launch a next phase during Transgender Day of Remembrance, which was on 20th. Next phase of things that we wanted to do. One of the things that what we would be doing is, one is, of course, sensitization. But besides strengthening the sensitization even more, because there's definitely something that's not gone the way when we have actually trained people. And then also, if there are challenges, then we have to strengthen something. We have to dissect and find out what really went wrong within the organization. First is acknowledgement and finding out what exactly went wrong. Second is, there are many people we have seen one thing, that people from the Hijra community, people from even marginalized communities aren't coming to the bank and opening accounts. Okay. So one of the things that we have started, that we have also going to do, is give them an email ID and possibly get a mobile number also.
These are things that you are going to launch. I want to know, how are you going to fix what you've launched already?
No, fix what we have done only by sensitizing even more. Only by strengthening the sensitization even more. There's no other way. Sensitization, and sensitization. And it will, and having sensitized everyone also, will there be one or two instances having a grievance mechanism in place, having a system in place, where having access for LGBTQ people when they reach over there, and if they face something, they should know at that moment, now this person had access to me. What will happen if the person did have access to me? Right? So all these are questions. So we have put grievance mechanisms. Like yesterday, when they had come to the office, we actually showed them that there was a number that they could call if there is any grievance. But possibly for queer people, there needs to be a separate number over there, so that they don't feel awkward in calling that number, putting a pride flag. So I think all those are things that we need to do. And we should have, because even after all of this, if something like this happens, and change is a long process. Change of mindsets is definitely a long process. And that cannot be an excuse. That shouldn't have happened. But will that happen again? We are going to try every nook and corner. We are going to ensure all these things are put in place so that it doesn't happen again. Even after that, can it happen? If it happens, we'll have a grievance mechanism in place so that a person doesn't have to wait for so long to have their grievance answered if they're treated badly. Redressal mechanisms are also very important, because things can go wrong. It's human beings. So people could treat badly. At that moment, to stand up and to do something becomes important.
Right. So I invite members of the LGBTQI community to use my platform as a forum. Get in touch with us if you have further experiences that we can take up with Axis Bank or with any other bank that you have problems with. Remember, Axis Bank launched this facility in September. And if you've had a good experience, let us know. If you've had a bad experience, let us know, so we can take it up on behalf of the members of the LGBTQI community. Harish Iyer, thank you for speaking with us. I do wish you good luck.